My name is Jim Estes, and today I'm going to talk about a drill that I think is extremely important for the swing plane. So what I want you to do is, and this, by the way, is going to give you an instant understanding of exactly the feeling you want to have in the golf swing. Take a club. You can put a rod, alignment rod, in the grip, or I'm sorry, in the butt end of the golf club. Take the golf club, turn it like you're going to hold it, and then what I want you to do is take that club, put it right against your left hip, so you're holding both clubs here. Now you've got an alignment rod on the ground and a golf ball, and what I want you to do, getting into your good posture position, your weight over the arches, feel balanced. The insides of the heels are going to be about the width of your hips. Take a swing back, slow motion, and trace with that alignment rod the target line all the way up. The shaft should be parallel to your target line at the top, and then slowly coming down, trace the line. And do this in slow motion. Right into the impact position. So this is a great feedback tool, visual feedback tool for learning the proper swing plane. Go right to your impact position. I encourage you to do this drill in slow motion, and if you have 5 minutes a day, if you do this drill every day, I guarantee you're going to improve your golf swing. So again, I think you'll find this to be extremely helpful. JimEstesGolf.com if you have any questions. When you look to play a sport, I love how you look athletic there. That looks good. I like your posture. Your back is straight. But when you overbend your knees, where does your weight go? Think about that. If you sit down, if your knees are over your toes, where's your weight?
Kind of on your butt.
Yeah, it's on your heels. So your weight should be over the center of your feet, right here. So if I have excessive knee flex, my weight's on my heels. Your brain is going to say, that's too much weight on the heels, so I need to do something to balance that out. So when you look at, you need to spend some time in front of your bathroom mirror. Just slide your hands down your thighs, push your hips back at the same time until you touch your top of your knees, and then you can get in posture. Everybody's knees are everybody's arms. I have short arms. My wingspan is 2 inches shorter than my height. So I got to bend from my hips a lot more to get to the top of my knees because I got Tyrannosaurus Rex arms. But that's excessive bend. Okay, this is what I want you to look like. Doesn't really matter who I put up here. They all have. So look at this, Tony. The tops of your knees should be over the balls of your feet. See, that's Ryan Palmer. You can see you've got significantly more bend. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
Jordan Speed. Top of the knees, balls of the feet. Top of your knees are over your tops of your toes. Way too much bend. Actually, they're outside your toes. Alright, so that's the first change you got to make. That'll get you in a more balanced position. Zach Johnson. Alright, you understand that. That's pretty easy. So Nicholas told me one time, 80% of golf can be fixed. 80% of your problems can be fixed with your grip, your ball position, the width of your stance, your weight distribution, all of that stuff. Ball position, all that affects the club face angle and the path of your swing. So you want to get as many things right as you can before you hit the golf ball. Alright, so let's go over that. The tip of the knee, tip of the elbow, top of the spine. They're all in a straight line, pretty much. Tip of the elbow, ball of the foot, tip of the knee, top of the spine. They're all pretty much in a plumb line there. Your swing plane, let's have a look. That's just the angle of the shaft. The club goes a little bit inside. That's why your head dips. Now, remember how I said your brain tries to get back to balance? Your brain already knows you got all your weight on your heels, so it's going to try to balance it out. So what does your head do? As a result of having too much weight on your heels, your weight is going to start to move forward. Now you've dipped into the ball, right? Because you're on your heels and now you're trying to balance it out. So that's why balance is critically important. You're out of balance at address, you're going to be moving during the course of your swing unnecessarily. So you got to learn what weight distribution feels like. So if I said, put a 2x4 underneath your feet, or stand on this, I want you to not have too much weight on your heels, not have too much weight on your toes. I want it to be right underneath the balls of your feet. Alright, so that's the first thing we got to work on. Because I think this dipping of your head is a direct relation to having too much weight on your heels. Now, if you hit the ball with your head that far forward, Tony, what would happen? If you moved your head this far, we'll call it that much, I don't know what it really is. If you went this way, how would that affect your swing if you didn't move back?
I guess it would. I don't really know.
That's okay. It's okay if you don't know. But think about it. If I dip my head, right, and I have the ball here, and I dip forward, and I kept it there, my club would be over here, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Because I moved everything forward. So what are you going to have to do to hit it? You're going to have to back up, right? So let's see if you do. There's only one way to hit it from there. You either bend your arms, or you stand up. There's no other way, because you miss it entirely. Makes sense to me. So look, your brain, you're a good enough athlete, you have a good enough biomechanics, you know, your hand-eye is good enough, you're figuring out halfway down, uh-oh, I better get back to where I was or I'm going to miss it. Alright, so the net effect is you did hit it on the heel a little bit, right? Look where that hit. Okay? But what you're going to find with the top players, and obviously this is the best player in the world, you're not going to see a lot of movement. This particular video was not a very good one because the person who did it, I don't think used a tripod. You see the ball's moving. But you get the idea. He's not moving much. Alright, so that's it. I mean, your swing is good. You just have poor fundamentals. Your grip was off. Your takeaway. What's wrong with your takeaway?
Comes a little inside.
Yeah. Watch this takeaway. And we can fix this. If we look at all these tour players, the club handle runs right up the shaft plane. The club head stays to his right on the takeaway. I mean, to our right, his left. See how the club head stays to the outside of his hands a little bit. That's what all of them do. And that's what I do, that's what all the tour players do. And that just keeps the club more in front of you. And look where the club comes down, right? When he cocks his wrist, the shaft is on that plane. And that plane is 66 or whatever. And he's going to come down pretty much on that same path. The shaft's a little bit shallower on the downswing than it is on the backswing. That's another characteristic of most players. They shallow it out. But you can see how that club comes right down the plane. So you're pretty close to doing a lot of good stuff. But we got to clean your swing up a little bit with a better takeaway. What else? Weight on a little more over the center of your feet. Less knee flex.
Yeah.
Really, unlocking your knees as opposed to sitting is a huge thing. Alright, I just said everything I just